HP Village Management is betting on one of America's oldest shopping centers. The luxury retail developer is buying historic Country Club Plaza in Kansas City. It's a bid to bring back high-end shoppers to what is a somewhat struggling retail environment. Let's bring in Ray Washburn, president of HP Village Management, or Highland Park Village Management. Ray, always good to see you. And our viewers who are familiar with sort of your commentary from the past might be a little surprised to see you putting some new capital out, because you've been somewhat negative on the consumer for a period of time. So I'm curious as to why the decision to go ahead with this deal.
Yeah, well, David, I still am negative on the consumer in the short term, but this property was built in the 1920s. It's 1 million square feet. It's indicative of what's happening in the real estate market right now. It was bought at the peak for over $680 million back in 2016, and there was no new capital really invested into it. So when you look at the market right now, I'm going to have to spend well over $100 million, probably close to $200 million, to bring it back to what it should be. And that's a 3 to 5 year process. So I think the consumer will come back in that time period. In addition to that, as you know, we own luxury retail around the country, and the luxury retailers are actually doing okay. I mean, they've had some slippage this year, but they're not doing poorly. And they're wanting to go and continue to grow. And the only markets left to grow in are markets like our centers in Charlotte, North Carolina, and this one in Kansas City. So we're very optimistic about bringing that into the market, but there's a lot of work to be done on this center.
Yeah, obviously you're buying it at a deeply discounted price versus what it sold for,
Right,
as you point out, from 2016, even with the additional capital. What gives you the confidence that luxury will continue to hold up?
Well, the consumer right now, and there's a lot of aspirational buyers still in this market, even though there's a lot of debt on consumers. They're still buying the aspirational things like handbags and shoes and belts and things like that. And so they're still out there, and you can see by the sales of the luxury retailers, I mean, they're holding up fine. And so we're betting on that, as well as a lot of contemporary brands are doing well, and we'll bring a lot of that in. And those are brands like a Rag & Bone or Alice & Olivia, things like that, that would like to come into these markets, and really they have filled really the gateway city markets, and they need now to go into these markets, and they're not going back into malls. And so the outdoor shopping experience is what they want. And this is an iconic center. Like I said, it's 1 million square feet. It fits right into our wheelhouse of what we do. And so when the opportunity came up about a year ago, I mean, it took over a year to get this transaction done. It's really indicative of where the market is. It's not a throw some quick lipstick on it and paint it and it'll lease up. I mean, there's a lot of infrastructure that has to go into it. It's not like the office building market, which I don't know who wants to play in that market right now, because I don't know where the tenants come from. But there are a lot of tenants swimming around trying to come into a market like this, and in a center like this where there's a considerable amount of investment going into it. And the city of Kansas City is coming in and partnering up with us, and they're going to spend a considerable amount of money on infrastructure as well to lift it back up to the glory it once was. You know, it's the first shopping center in the United States, and it's a very well-known property throughout the Midwest.
David had mentioned the deep discount you bought this for. I mean, it seems like it was virtually a fire sale. And I'm wondering, Ray, from your standpoint, how many other opportunities like this there are in the United States, and how much needs to happen in order to sort of, get past the concern that there are more shopping centers out there? Because there are a lot of, B properties out there, strip malls, that need to be worked through. How much more pain is there?
There's a lot more pain to come. And I've said on your show for a long time that I think there's more pain to come. The reason we went ahead and pulled the trigger on this deal is the deep discount. It took a year to get there with this. It wasn't like it was just thrown out there. And so are there others? Yes. I think the office building market still has a long way to go. I mean, these reports that have come out recently that the bottom is here, they have no idea how to operate. We operate office buildings, and we know how difficult the market is, and it's going to get even worse. And the lenders right now, if they don't come in and provide seller financing on it, there really is no financing out there in the marketplace of any kind of rate that makes sense. And so I think it is a bad market. You know, we started a project we're doing with MSD, which is Michael Dell's firm in Dallas, and it's an $800 million office, hotel, retail, and residential property. We started about 6 months ago in Dallas, and things are going extremely well. But it's a 4-star, 5-star type property, and those are okay. Anything on the other side, you see the commercial banks, but really the ones that are having a problem are these private equity funds, and you're seeing that Starwood and those guys are all, the redemptions are huge for those guys. They have no money to reinvest in their properties. So I think the worst is going to be next year.
Yeah. Let me end, Ray, on the consumer again, because, you know, we've always used you as a voice on that. You know, you have some exposure in the restaurant industry, casual dining. Sure. What are you seeing in terms of customer counts and how much money people are willing to spend?
It's tough. I mean, in the restaurant business right now, customer counts have actually held up. It's how much they're spending per spend, and that's down about 10 or 15%. So people still want to go out, they still want the experience, but they're just not willing to eat as much as they had or get the appetizer or the extra drink. You're seeing a lot of what's happened at the fast food, the QSR side, what's happened there, and that is starting to trade up into the casual dining side as well. And that's where we play, and we're very concerned about it. Fortunately, labor has settled out. Operating costs have kind of settled down and commodity prices, but the consumer they're taxed.